What up, guys? It is Elijah Kente, your urban herbalist, and we're back with another case study. We are still working with plants that help out with cancer. That is our whole meaning in part, but really to get back to combining nature and modern science or modern medicines together, because most of the plants are ancient and we kind of been doing that for years, even though it says decades, but I know it's been centuries. So we want to, find some plants that help out with cancer, help out with natural healing, the immune system, um, that you can probably find somewhere in your neighborhood or possibly grow as well too. So again, I'm Elijah Kente, the urban herbalist, and let's check out this case study. Be right back. All right, so experimental evidence for use of Acorus calamus, asarone, for cancer chemoprevention. That's a good thing right there. Now, cancer is one of the major non communicable diseases posing substantial challenges in both developing and developed countries. The option available for treatment of different cancers are associated with various limitations, including severe toxicity, drug resistance, poor outcome, and high risk of relapse. Hence, an increase in attention and necessity for screening of various phytochemicals from natural sources for superior, I'm going to repeat that, from natural sources for superior and safer alternative has been going on for several decades. Okay, and that's where I say millions of years. Now, in recent years, phytochemicals like galantaminin, resveratrol, from natural sources have been found to be important therapeutic targets for treatment of various diseases, including cancer, neurodegenerative diseases, diabetes, cardiovascular effects. Acorus calamus, also called sweet flag, and or its biophytochemical alpha and beta asarone is a well-known drug in traditional systems of medicine which possess anti-tumor and chemopreventative activities as evidence from numerous preclinical studies both in vitro and in vivo. Now, in this article, we critically review the current available scientific evidence. This is a good article, guys. Make sure we check this one out. Okay, let's go down and see what else it says here. All right. We also have compiled and discussed molecular targets of mechanisms involved in anti-cancer activity of calamus asarone. Okay, and this is kind of where it'll tell you still more studies will need to be done, but let's just get past that right now. So, introduction, it kind of goes over the same thing: non-communicable disease posing substantial social and economical challenges, both in developed countries and even in the U.S. So, let's see here. In the current scenario, the options available for treatment of different cancers are associated with various limitations, including severe toxicity, drug resistance, poor outcome, and high relapse. Okay, and let's see here. All right, the chemical preventative agents available from different parts of plants are used in the form of alternative evidence-based complementary systems of medicine along with current chemotherapy and radiation therapy. The recent search has focused a shift to the molecular mechanisms of the natural phytoconstituents on various signal transduction mechanisms controlling the cell growth and the cell cycle. So, already for you can see down here where we get to it's been used or in combination with other herbs in Indian, I don't know if they mean like Native American, Dravidian, Hindu, whatever, and Chinese traditional medicine as a generated great interest and found to, well, let's see, and have be beneficial. So we can see that there's lots of study and lots of history showing that it's been beneficial. It's widely cultivated, and I guess it was India, Sri Lanka, Japan, China, Mongolia, southern Russia, Europe, and northern USA. So this plant has been used everywhere, and it is really good for a lot of things. Let's go down and see some other things that it's used for. Then we'll scroll back up right here. Let's see. Calamus consists of various vital constituents, namely uh, glycosides, volatile oils, tannins, alkaloids, uh, and it has two main bioactive aromatic constituents: isolation from ribosomes. So that's when they break it down to essential oils. Let's go back up here because I've seen something that was very interesting. But we got to get the right here what I was looking at: disinfectant for teeth. So I mean, it's pretty much been used for everything. You can see bloating, colic, poor digestive functions, constipation, digestive, decreases in swelling, wound healing. Um, Pretty good. Let's see over here: anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, anti-ulcer, antifungal, anti-allergenic, anti-diabetic, antimicrobial, wound healing, neuroprotective, radioprotective, pesticidal protective. I mean, they use it pretty much in everything. Everything. Let's see if we can find some more about cancer here. All right. There says the recent publication indicates the growing interest in the potential of calamus and its main constituents as a chemopreventative agent. Various experimental investigations of calamus and its main constituents with cultured human malignant cells, lines, and animal models have confirmed anti-tumor and anti-cancer preventative activities. Uh-huh. Let's see right here, brief understanding into cancer, anti-cancer properties. So basically, it's telling you over and over that it helps out with cancer. In vitro anti-cancer properties. Let's see. Oh, and one of our other videos we talked about a little bit too, glioblastoma. It really helps out with that, or it's one of the leaders in plant study for helping out with that, because that is again one of the most severe brain cancers you can get. Um, Again, characterized by rapid growth, enhanced angiogenesis, and capacity for higher invasion. A combination therapy has doubled the survival rate in patients with glioblastoma, but it remains enormously poor due to the severe toxicity, drug resistance, and higher rate of reoccurrence. So we got a couple graphs showing the alpha asarone, beta asarone, eugenol, um, azulian. Right, and on this graph, you can also see antimicrobial, antioxidant, anti-cancer, anti-ulcer, um, anti-diabetic, anti-allergies, allergic, wound healing, antifungal, anti-inflammatory. Some of the stuff that uh, I know a lot of people, or what they say, the average person or adult or older adult is using about 8 medicines, and half of those are anti-inflammatories or some type of blood thinner to help, with the heart. Okay, let's go another graph right here. This graph is kind of interesting as well. You can see, I don't know what they were doing in the early 1986, but you can see how the studies have been going up and down and increasingly uh, being studied more in the latter years, or right now since 2011. People were really, something must have happened right here where everyone was really excited about it. But you can see right here, there's now like the publications have been growing on this particular plant. Yep, so that is a good sign of um, people waking up to what's natural and what's healthy. Let's see what else we got. We got a couple more graphs here. Uh, Definitely, again, like I'm not going to read through this. There's a lot of information in here. You're free to check it out yourself. I am going to post a link. Uh, it's cholesterol cancer. Let's see. Cholesterol cancer is one of the third among common types of cancer and leading cause in cancer related mortalities in developing and developing countries. They just say all over the world. But maybe some countries are still developing. Maybe that's some inside thing we don't know about. Effectiveness of chemotherapeutic agents is often limited due to the high occurrence and severe effect of drug resistance. Let's go back and look on the other side here. Uh, right here, there's a lot of information. Let's go down here and we can see the treatments for glioblastoma. You can see right here the treatments: asarone, uh, helps with the migration, invasion, suppression, uh, adhesion. You can just check these out. I know they do the glioblastoma and the colon cancer. So I mean, right there, that's just two that they're talking about right now of many types of cancers. Let's go here. More colon cancer, also gastric cancer. Um, right here, you can see in the gastric cancer, it inhibits the migration of invasion and adhesion with the wound healing, um, transwell and matrix cell adhesion. So definitely, all right. And you can also see gastric cancer, fibroblasts, prostate cancer. It's been used for neuroblastoma, cervix cancer, breast cancer, macrophage cancer. Uh, that's pretty interesting. Breast carcinomas, liver carcinomas. And on the right side, you can see a little bit of study about each one and how it was used. Let's go down because I know there's a couple more graphs I want to look at right here. The possible site of action of beta, asarone, and apoptosis, cell proliferation, and growth. The asarone regulates the level of key proteins involved in death of the mitochondrial apoptosis pathway. Let's go look right here. And this one is showing the different cell cycles. Um, it's pretty darn interesting. Again, they're talking about how it works with the glioblastoma, colon cancer, gastric cancer, and really the whole point of this, is to really give people some idea of what um, what plants and are being used to help out with um, cancer and other diseases or disease. Either way, you're at disease, right? So these plants are helping out with that, and then we're looking at it from a molecular structure and the combination of using this with some of the traditional technologies right now and stuff like that, and new ways with the old ways. So maybe we forgot what we were doing a little bit, and we got too far away with big pharma. Just to be vast about that, man, you can see right here colon cancer, glioblastoma. I mean, those are your two main things when you're dealing with your gut flora. You know, maybe I can get one of my buddies on here to talk a little bit more about that in the upcoming weeks here. We can really see that it's really good with the intestines. Gastric cancer can be used as an essential oil. It says right here. Um, it's definitely a powerful plant that people, I mean, they say they talk about, but I'm sure in the common community, most people have not heard about this. Here's another graph again. Um, and it talks about all different types of things here. Autophages. I think I said that right. I always mix that word up, to be honest. But that means auto is self, and this part right here is eating. And this is only time when the word is actually good or the procedure is actually good, when it's actually eating the right stuff. A little bit more about that. A couple things that are not in here. It's definitely great for the brain, for memory. Um, they use the root. It's famous all over the world. It does smell good. It's actually great for endurance. It is great for sagging skin, especially if you're just lost a lot of weight. It will help tighten up that skin, along with another plant we talk about, astragalus. Um, it's really super important to the memory. Definitely good for dementia and Alzheimer's. And that's not mentioned in here, but definitely is good. Okay, now back over here, cervical cancer. I probably said that in earlier. Yep. So I suggest any pick up this study, check it out, um, learn about this plant, share with your friends and families. If you have any questions about this plant, feel free to check me out at responsiveimmune at gmail.com. You can comment on this video. Um, if you know how to say that word right, just definitely let me know. I looked it up, but um, I know what it does. But sometimes I get some of these big words mixed up, and I'm sure some of you guys do too. But a lot of people have been studying this form of science for many years, and I'm just looking at the plant side of it, trying to combine everything together and give us a good grip on what's going on, and or what we could be looking into, or what we could even be growing in our own gardens. And for people who do have cancer, or know people that do have cancer, hope to give them some insight on what they could take, what they can ask their doctor about, and also read these studies too, because healing does start with the self, starts in the brain, works itself down. And if you believe you can heal, you're definitely already on your way to a healing process. So definitely come and check uh, this study, and let me know what you think. That'll always be awesome. Give me a like if you like to. And yeah, stay healthy out there. Make sure you drink a lot of water, because it's been hot the last couple of months. And this is Knowledge to Growing, and I'm Elijah Kente, your urban herbalist. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.